Betsy and Jason are taking a big step. They're buying their first home. But what do they know about closing costs? With the right knowledge, they could save on title insurance.
What's the next step? Like, what are we looking at?
Well, the great thing is that you have been pre-approved, so that's out of the way. We've got to, of course, get an appraisal, have an inspection, and then, of course, there's title insurance.
But what is title insurance? Do I really need it? And what's it going to cost? We recently caught up with Steve Palmer, CEO of EnTitle Direct Group, to get the bottom line on title insurance.
Well, guys, I can see why you're so excited about this home. I mean, it's a great find. Congratulations.
Thank you. We're really excited about it.
That's nice.
So we did our homework, but we would really love to hear from an expert and hear what you'd like to say. And we wanted to know, what exactly is title insurance?
Absolutely, it's a great question. So title insurance protects against defects on the title of a real property. So it essentially protects an owner's interest against financial loss associated with defects on the title.
Is there really much difference in cost as far as who you take a title insurance with? Or is it all the same? Or
Yeah, no, there can be a significant difference. In fact, this brings to mind one of the myths that we hear about title insurance on a daily basis at EnTitle Direct. Title insurance premium rates are set by some state regulatory insurance body. In the vast majority of states, that's not true. A title insurance company can file requested rates in most states, which have to be approved by the state regulators. But once they're approved, they're in effect. And we've endeavored to do that in most of those states by filing rates that are up to 25% below those of our competitors.
How are title insurance premiums calculated?
They vary a little bit state by state, but the key driver is how much risk is the title insurance company assuming. So on an owner's policy, that's tied to the purchase price of the property. The higher the purchase price, the greater the risk assumed by the insurance company, and therefore the higher the title insurance premium. For a lender's policy, it comes down to the size of the mortgage. Again, the bigger the mortgage, the higher the title insurance premium.
Another question that we had is, how are you able to offer title insurance premium at such a discounted rate?
We are a unique company that was designed to be cost effective and efficient in as many ways as possible. So there are kind of three ways in which I think we're a little bit unique. One is that we sell a lot of our title insurance policies directly over the internet. Secondly, we've invested a lot in our IT platform, and that enables us to be as efficient as possible. And we have relationships with mortgage originators and mortgage brokers around the country. And wherever possible, we try to, at least in some respect, integrate our IT platform with theirs, which again just makes things incredibly efficient. And finally, we do work with some title agents, but only agents who share EnTitle Direct's focus for providing title insurance at the lowest possible price and the best possible service.
However, if we have a question, how do we go about talking with a person?
Absolutely. So we encourage all of our prospective policyholders to call our 1-800 number, which is available on our website, entitledirect.com.
Our realtor mentioned closing costs. What exactly should we expect from those?
Sure. So closing costs are just the fees and expenses associated with buying a home or refinancing your mortgage. So in the case of buying a home, they tend to be roughly 2% to 5% of the purchase price. So if a couple was buying a $300,000 home, that means the closing costs are between $6,000 and $15,000 typically. So we're talking about a lot of money. Again, title insurance and settlement services tend to be two of the larger closing costs, and we at EnTitle Direct believe in most cases we can help you minimize those costs.
Well, we just want to thank you so much, Steve, for coming out here. This is a big decision for us, and you've made everything very clear.
Yeah, and thanks to Designing Spaces as well for bringing you in to help us out. And you were terrific.
They need to remember that it's their decision as to who they use for their title insurance company and settlement services company. And if they ultimately feel that a company provides them with the best value and their realtor suggests someone else, ultimately it's their decision on who they use, and they should exercise that right to save money and get the best possible service and policy. We really encourage when people are shopping for title insurance, make sure that they visit entitledirect.com to get a quote from us as well.
To see this portion of the show again, visit designingspaces.tv. There you'll also find a link to entitledirect.com.
You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.